Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of this three-part episode here on the RAC server. I'm going to take off my helmet of revealing. There I am. The classy Enderman, the self-purported samurai who, in complete disregard for samurai honor, killed a man in his own home 6 times. Anyoners, I'm sorry. That got way out of hand. But mere apologies are not going to save me here. In fact, I don't think there is anything that I or my horse can do to protect ourselves from the storm that awaits us. So, what are we going to do now that we've revealed the location of our quote-unquote hidden base out here in the middle of nowhere? Well, we're going to pack up and move. But like I said, horse, I keep my promises, and we are not going to move to another hidden base. No, sir. We are going out into the open. Where we're going to end up, I have no idea, but it's going to be somewhere where anyoneers knows where I am. And we will both be able to settle this like civilized, classy people. Except I know he won't, because he's a freaking witch. Ryla gave him 63 free sticky pistons and a bunch of free mandrake root, and look what he did to her. Illusory monsters all over the place up in her business. So, undoubtedly, whatever is going to transpire with me is going to be horrifying in comparison. So we're going to need to pack up all of our stuff here in our base. As you can see, my base hasn't really changed that much. We've got all of our stuff over there, we've got our storage chests here, a mine shaft, which I don't care about, a little farm, our study, which is where I've spent the vast majority of my time, and then my little magic area. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I may be a samurai, I may try to have honor, but that doesn't mean that I need to tell you everything about what I do here. And, well, after the first time that Ryla killed me back in episode 2, and before I made Esmeralda, I kind of had a knee-jerk reaction to the idea of gearing up in order to prep for the next time someone tried to kill me. Now, you already saw that I made Esmeralda ridiculously powerful, but even before I cast the blade of this sword, in between episodes 2 and 3, I did a little bit of work on what I like to call an insurance policy. Starting with, I made the spell of True Sight. True Sight allows you to see through illusion blocks. Oh, hi, Nick. Wait, I'm just going to say hi to Nick. True Sight! Yeah, that wall's fake. Horse, you can't even follow me through here, because you do not have the sight. I'll pick you up. Whoop, can we get through it? Whew! Just barely made it through before the spell ran out. So, yeah. Yeah, I did this. I made an infusion altar. And in fact, I recorded the entire thing. So let's go back. I knew that I needed a good defense against weapons that could pierce through armor and etc. So the first thing I did was I made this massive infusion altar, surrounded it with Vis crystals and candles. I'm not sure if these zombie heads actually do anything for it. But anyhow, in that alchemy lab there, I distilled a bunch of different essentias, and my first step that I wanted to take was making runic armor. Runic armor essentially gives me a shield buffer that completely negates all damage that I take up until the shield runs out, at which point the armor just acts like leather armor. It can't be enchanted or anything, but it's still pretty dang good protection. So for that, I needed to melt down a bunch of different things in my little laboratory. I melted down osmium pants. I just made tons of those pants to get pure Tutamen. I melted down force gems for the Praecontation and Potentia energy. I must have done a bunch of other stuff to get all this essentia. Anyway, I created a full set of runic armor. Then, I combined Goggles of Revealing and Boots of the Traveler with certain items of that runic armor. Then, I took the entire set and used even more infusion rituals to harden it, doubling the shield capacity. So the end result of all that is that I have this full set of runic armor hidden away in this chest. It's actually better than the steel armor I'm wearing. Well, debatably better. I'm not sure. It doesn't give as much protection against damage, but in certain situations this can actually be much more powerful. And it has Boots of the Traveler, so I can just leap around like a frickin' maniac. That's amazing, especially in conjunction with this. How much health does this thing have? 36 health for the chest piece, 24 for the leggings, 12 for the boots, and 12 for the goggles. So that's a lot combined. It's this many. However many I just put on the screen there in a number because I don't want to do math in my head. Addition is definitely the pinnacle of mathematics. So, that's not all I did though, because obviously you can see a little creepy construction here behind my altar. This is an osmotic enchanter, and it's one of the other things I needed to make. But first, before making that, I needed to make myself a better wand. I decided I wanted the Witchwood wand out of Forbidden Magic, because that combines Ars Magica and Thaumcraft in that you can drain your own mana to regenerate the Vis charge in the wand. So for a powerful mage like me who has thousands of mana, I could essentially have infinite Vis as long as I took the time to very slowly recharge the wand. And it costs 90 mana per point of Vis in just one type of aspect. So to fully charge 100 points into each of the 6 primal aspects of that wand would take 54,000 mana, and mana does not regenerate quickly. So it's not like I have infinite Vis or anything, but this is a pretty dang good wand. Unfortunately, I needed to make a Silverwood wand before I could even craft the Witchwood wand together. I needed to make that essence infuser to create all the different essences. But luckily, just barely, I was able to make this Witchwood wand. But it was tough. So after I made that Witchwood wand, then I went about making the Osmotic Enchanter, and this infusion almost blew up in my face. It was so close to disaster. At the very last minute, the instability increased the amount of vacuous essentia that I needed, and I had only prepared the exact amount that I needed, no more, which was a really stupid idea. Always have extra essentia when you're doing a dangerous infusion. That's my advice to you. I was just barely able to melt down the stuff that I needed to put that last bit of essentia in, managed to grab myself this infusion altar, put up all the totems and all that, and now I can use this infusion altar to enchant anything I want, which included putting all these protection enchantments on my steel armor, because I didn't want to be wearing my runic armor around, because then everyone would know that I had runic armor, and I was trying to stay under the radar. This was all my insurance policy, remember. I did all of this before even recording episode 3, and it actually didn't take that long, because, well, if you haven't noticed, I'm really familiar with Thaumcraft, and I actually like to think of myself as kind of good at Thaumcraft. Maybe that's just me being egotistical, but the research part, I've even recorded myself doing some research. It's actually not that difficult once you get the hang of it, once you get familiar with how all the aspects combine together. The new research minigame, when I first saw it, I did not like it, and it took me a long time to learn it. But now, I absolutely love it, and I can just kind of rip out these research notes ridiculously quickly and fill up my Thaumonomicon really fast. If you look at my Thaumonomicon, I don't really care about keeping hidden what abilities I have anymore. I'm welcoming people, and by people I mean anyoneers, trying to figure out ways of defeating me, because I've opened a can of worms that I now deserve the results of, I suppose. I don't know how to talk anymore. Anyway, I researched everything on the first page. I researched everything other than these specific wand kinds in the Thaumaturgy. I researched everything in alchemy, absolutely friggin' everything there. In artificing, this is my favorite category, so of course I researched every single thing here, although the runic armor was obviously the first stuff that I created. In golemancy, I've hardly touched that. I haven't made any golems, but we'll be doing that soon. Trihemergy it's a crowbar. Sky alchemy, I hardly needed anything from. I just wanted the thaumium hammer. Thaumic tinkering, I have researched every single thing other than some hidden research that will go up here eventually. We'll see about that later. Forbidden magic, apocrypha, I've researched everything that I currently have the capacity to research, and that's where the Witchwood wand core came from. I could also make a staff core, but that'll be much later on. Then up here, technomancy, which I'm definitely going to be really interested in getting into as a steampunk wizard. I've researched everything here, including just today. I researched the 2 new ones from the mod update. And Thaumcraft extras, I've researched a bunch of stuff, but there's just so much in Thaumcraft extras that I haven't quite gotten around to it yet. One of the things I researched was this wand focus of blink, which could let me teleport, which, as you know, is my goal, but it took, actually I'm not sure why I didn't make this. I don't know. I guess I just didn't feel like it. Anyway, so that is my Thamanomnomnomicon. And that is all my stuff back there. And that is my runic armor, so now you know why I have this runic armor. Wow, that was a really long segment there. I'm hoping I didn't blow your mind. But I feel like I kind of overreacted in a sense. I escalated far too quickly in power as a knee-jerk reaction to being killed by Ryla. And that, as you saw, backfired when I became completely overconfident in my ability to fight any oneers, and I didn't realize, oh, maybe I don't want to be any oneers' enemy. Maybe he's just trying to pick up my stuff. Maybe he doesn't actually want to be killed 7 times in a row. Or was it 6? I can't remember. This title tells you how many times I killed any oneers. I'm sure he loves being reminded of that because now he'll just make sure to exhibit that much hostility towards me. Let me switch out. I no longer need to disguise the fact that I have amazing new wands and whatever. I'm going to switch out to my Witchwood wand because, wow, the Witchwood wand is the best wand which I would ever wand. Yeah. So, speaking of Ars Magica, and conjunction between Ars Magica and Thaumcraft, I did do a little bit of a trade with an anonymous individual that was not Eternal Beta. You see, Eternal Beta was offering to trade me that blue infinity orb that I had wanted to be able to get, after getting invisibility, to be able to get random teleport so I could then buy blink. But the trade, I was going to trade him a bunch of stuff actually, this equal trade focus, the diamond wand to use the equal trade focus, a node which he could use to recharge his wand, and a bunch of lapis because he needs this to make temple blocks for his home. That trade hasn't happened yet, obviously, because someone else, a mysterious individual, has already made a trade with me, and I got 2 blue infinity orbs. But EB, if you're watching this, I know you're disappointed that you won't be able to find my base now because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to search for it. I'm just kidding. I know you're sick of needing to find everyone's bases. It must take you so frickin' long to do that. Anyhow, I'm still willing to make this trade with you. It's exactly what I said it was. It's a diamond wand, fully charged equal trade focus, which now you know how I was able to enchant that with my osmotic enchanter. And then a node in a jar, 150 lapis. Hopefully you're still interested in that trade, because I would still be interested in a green skill orb, all the same. But as it stands, we now have 2 infinity orbs, and I am going to absorb this into myself right now. You have gained a blue skill point. You have gained a blue skill point. I now have 2 blue skill points. And we're going to do something that I have been wanting to do since the very start. We're going to go into utility. We're going to use the red skill point, which I got from hitting level 42. I even got it on camera. There's me hitting level 42. Dun 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 dun! We're going to spend that on invisibility. So now I could make an invisibility spell if I wanted. But first, we're going to get random teleport. And then we're going to get blink. We have now unlocked the secrets of blinking. And in fact, we're just going to go ahead and do transplace. I'm going to read in my arcane compendium what mark and recall do first. Oh, so many things. Blink. You can teleport a short distance directly forward the way you are facing. Yes. Mark is one of the ones that we could learn. You can magically mark a location and then recall it. So we would need both mark and recall to do that, but that'll be really useful. Random teleport, your target a short distance away. So you could do it to someone else or yourself. Transplace. You can now switch places with your target, which is really cool. So let's go back into utility. We can use all of this to unlock Ender magic, essentially. We're going to get mark and recall, and now we need red skill points to get all the rest of that. But we will be earning that as we continue to level up. As you can see, I only have one more level until I get another skill point. Although that is 3,000 XP that I need to earn. And this stuff, you know, it takes a while to earn this stuff. So, and generally I forget. But once we craft that spell of, I believe, blink is what I'd like to do, then we will just be able to teleport and hibbity hop all over the place and hopefully get a lot of experience. So I'm actually going to do that right now on camera because this is a monumentous event for me. I'm now a wanted man, a wanted Enderman, I should say, and I'll need every piece of evasive magic that I can possibly have access to. This is a Tinker's Construct recipe for a book. There we go. I have the ink. I just need a feather. Craft it together into a book and quill. We can scribe our first spell o' blink. Or should we wait until we get another red skill point so that we can get the range? No, we'll just make a minor blink spell. Okay. So, book, we want self, and we want blink. Boom. I believe, hopefully, that will work. Should I add? No, I don't want that. I want this to just be the super basic short range blink spell. So, let's name it. What should we name our blink spell? You know, blink is honestly a good name for it. Go Dishonored. Here we are. Blink. We now have the spell book, and let's see what materials that this would take to make. Blink rune, 500 essence, oh boy. Lesser focus, purple rune, ender pearl. Everyone on the server got an ender lily seed because these unfortunately did not spawn in the world gen. You can only get them from dungeon chests and they didn't spawn unfortunately, so everyone got one. I've already used it to grow one ender pearl. So I'm just going to gather all the things that I need for self-blink. It'll give us ender affinity finally, and then we will make this spell. Be right back. Alright, this is it. This is a moment that I have been waiting for a very, very long time. As an Enderman, teleportation is just one of the pinnacles of our experience, so it'll be good to finally, at long last, have that back. Our Essence Nexus, I haven't yet built the thing that tells me how much essence is in that Nexus, but I assume we'll have enough. It's still... oh no, it's being absorbed by that. Crap. No. This guy, I want to be linked to here. Not that... you know what? I'm just gonna mine that up. We don't want all of our precious essence being siphoned away by that thing, so that probably annihilated all the essence stored in it, but oh well, I don't really care at this point. I just want to get on with this. Alright. We are going to have ourselves a blink spell. So to start with, as always, blink rune. Vintium dust. Lesser focus. Now we need the essence. Oop. Link that to there. We want to pour more in, and let's activate it. Zap in some essence, and that's all. That's all we needed. Purple rune, ender pearl, spell parchment. There's our blink spell. Alright, let's see if this works. I like the particle effect on it already, the little hand thing. Let's see, we want it to be called blink, and what little effect do we want for it? What little image would we like to have for our teleportation? I'm gonna go for this one. I think that is going to be my blink icon. So there we are. For the first time on this server, let's try blinking. Oh, that's actually a pretty decent range. How much mana does this take? Takes 80 mana on 0 burnout. That is amazing. Makes a cool sound. I can do it in mid-air. I can kind of run into a wall like a fool. I could get used to this. What does it look like in third person? Not too shabby. I can really burn myself out quickly here, but I'd say that works pretty well. So, actually I'm going to take all this off. Here we are, the classy Enderman. And now, we are actually an Enderman again. Ooh, Ashrina joined. Hi. Oh, I can run into the walls with this really well. This works amazingly. I'm so happy with this. Currently, I don't even feel like I need an extended range at all. Can I teleport on top of my smelter? Yes, I can. So I'm going to be practicing this all the friggin' time. All the time. All day long. And hopefully this will maximize my Ender affinity. Now that we're earning red skill points, we'll be able to do all kinds of stuff. We'll be able to get, like, Ender intervention, contingency death. We'll be able to, where are the talents? Why are the talents not showing? There we go. We'll be able to get mana regen 3 and augmented casting. Just learned how to teleport using my brain. Hooray! My Enderman heritage is reborn. I really don't care who knows. I want to sing it out to the world that I am finally able to teleport again. Yes! I don't care who knows. No more secrets. No more hidden bases. I am Connor Chap, and this is my frickin' sword, Esmeralda Navala, and whatchamacallit? What's your face? Anyoners? The evil witch? You just try coming at me. I know, you can curse me from across the map. I may only have swords and spells and maybe a submachine gun or two, and sure, I can only attack you and harm you when you're standing there right in front of me. You can do it from across the map because you have all those tag locks on me. But you know what? I'm not afraid. I know that I probably deserved whatever's coming at me, and we'll see what happens, but at least I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
You will be. You will be.
And now we're going to pick up all of my chests. We're going to put them in horse.
Nay, I'm a horse. I don't want to move away.
Well, horse, I'm sorry, but we've got to. We are fugitives on the run from the most powerful witch on the entire server. And I don't see Frog creating a protection poppet for me anytime soon. Where the frack am I? Can I go through walls with this?
Ho 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 ho. That is rich.
Oh, there is nothing that can keep me away from where I want to go. And where I want to go, I have no inkling as of yet. I have some ideas of where we could possibly settle, but it's a big world, and I've still only explored this much of it. That's Spawn. That's where I went. That, if we zoom in on it, is where Anyoners lives. So I would like to be closer to both the arena and Anyoners and Spawn, so somewhere in this area closer than where I live currently. That has been it for today. I am Connor Chap, and I will see you next time. And I need to learn how to teleport better. Oh well. Adios, ladies and gentlemen. And Anyoners, I'm waiting. Alright, let's go. Let's try to do this successfully this time. I can't believe I didn't come up with a solution before, but oh well, hindsight is 20/20. Hindsight is, 6 years in the future. For some reason. Okay, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the RAC Pack Modded server. Same episode. Just a week in the future. And last you saw me, I was creating a teleportation spell. It was the best feeling I'd had on the server all this time. But now, it is 1 week later, and I have lost everything. And first, I would like to establish that me losing all my stuff was entirely, completely, 100% my fault. Oh gosh, how am I gonna get down there? So, currently, last night is when I died, and all this horrible stuff happened, and I lost everything. Almost everything. But right now, I have come up with a plan that I should have come up with yesterday that will get me back my stuff without me dying. Thank you, Silverfish. You're exactly what I needed here. Oh gosh darn it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is what happens in roguelike dungeons. I'm really trying to not dwell on the past, but, you know, it's kind of hard to not kick yourself over. This is such a grievous mistake, because I undid all the crafting that I had done this entire series in the first 5 episodes, well, more like the first 3 episodes, really. Alright, these are too many mobs, I can't deal with them, that's just a waste of time. Let's dig up a little bit. I've come in here 4 times before, but the 4 times previously that I came in here, I acted like a doofus and forgot that there were mods installed, so I just went in with a pickaxe and sword like I would have done on Vanilla, except Vanilla doesn't have infernal mobs, of course. It requires more creative, elegant solutions here in Modded, and I only came up with this solution after the fact. Enough, I can really whine, can't I? Wow, I'm sorry about that. Let me just see if I can get my stuff back here. We're just above the final death point, I believe. You can see all those purple lights down there. That was from me trying to light the place up so the mobs would stop spawning. That did not help. Let's build across here. I hate this blood in the new update. It's really disgusting. I'm gonna see if there's some kind of local client-side config file that I can change to get rid of the blood, because I don't want to see blood everywhere. Ugh, it's really gross. Not my cup of gravy. I don't eat gravy. Oh boy, there goes my pickaxe. Oh gosh darn it. Oh, there's my grave! Haha! So, here's the plan. I mine the grave, all that stuff spills out, and I deploy luggages. If the lag lets me. 1 luggage. 2 luggage. 3 luggage. And 4 luggage. That should take care of all that stuff. Now I'm gonna go back to my previous grave. These luggages will follow me around, hopefully. And then when I go back to the surface world, they will actually teleport after me. That's my plan. Hello, luggages. This place never ends. I can't escape from... Oh gosh, if I had fallen there, I would have lost all my stuff again. That would have been great. Yeah, I can't go that way. I have been digging for just... I'm digging all over the place now. Oh look, there's Anyoners. The guy... The super powerful witch who I pissed off and is now probably going to curse me, and I have nothing to do. Frame rate of 5 there! Thank you! Okay, in order to get away from this roguelike dungeon, I'm gonna do something a little... Is there something above me? I'm gonna do something a little risky. But it's kind of the only thing I can do. I don't think anything can drop on me from here. I'm gonna need to bridge out. This and not get shot off by any of those skeletons. Woo! Made it! The first good thing that's happened to me in a little while. Alright. I will see you on the surface, ladies and gentlemen, and we will talk about what we're going to do next, unless we die on our way there and lose everything again. Alright, it looks like we are now home free, so I can finally take the time to explain to you what the heck that was and what this whole downfall thing is about. Well, you see, after the whole thing with Anyoners and me learning how to teleport and being the happiest I have been in a long time on this server, and moving away from my old crappy hidden base to make a new base out on the surface, I got completely overconfident, and I decided I needed more infinity orbs to learn more spells so that I could defend against Anyoners, hopefully. That was my plan. So, I thought, hey, there's that roguelike dungeon over there just near spawn, and no one's been in there before, so I can just put on my fantastic runic armor that it took so long to craft, and I can take my amazing sword, Esmeralda Navala, and I can take my amazing wand, the Witchwood wand with the Vintium wand caps, and I can take my boomstick and take horse and take all that stuff down there and just search for infinity orbs without needing to worry about getting killed, because my runic armor, it had like 100 points of health. What was gonna kill me, right? That was my reasoning. And also I was reasoning that if anything was able to kill me, I would be able to teleport away before that happened. So, in short, I was a total idiot, went in there, died, and lost all my stuff, and the thing that you just saw me do to get my stuff back, what was left of it anyway, I only thought of that after going down to try to recollect my stuff 4 times in a row, which resulted in me breaking my gravestone during a lag spike and losing everything. So all my runic armor despawned. Horse, our dearest friend, our companion here, our sidekick, he despawned. He's gone forever. These 4 luggages in here, whoops, they are no replacement for Horse. Horse is gone forever. And let's see what else. My wand is gone. My entire spellbook with my teleportation spells and micrometeorite and everything is gone. My boomstick that Apex gave me is gone. Everything other than Esmeralda Navala is gone. And as for this sword, I'm starting to have second thoughts about this sword. You see, it's an amazingly powerful sword, but swords are more than just sharp pieces of metal. Blades are symbols, especially for a samurai. For a samurai, it's a symbol. And this particular sword is a symbol of everything that I've done wrong. It's a symbol of violence. It's a symbol of decadence. It's a symbol of overconfidence and brashness. And is a symbol of dishonor. I have not been respecting the samurai code in my time here on the server. I've completely lost sight of what I had initially set out to do, of being a principled Enderman, and I have replaced that with just trying to gain power. And look where it's gotten me. First, I completely overreacted to how I was killed by Ryla, and that prompted this whole ridiculous surge of Thaumcraft research hidden away in my base. Second, that power made me overconfident. I killed any oneers, which I should not have done. And third, finally, I thought in order to gain even more power that I'd be able to go into a roguelike dungeon on my own. But little did I know that there would be infernal armored mobs everywhere, and that I would be killed before I had the time to react. Hey, Frog's online. Hello, Frog. Frog is doing much better than me right now. Although I'm hoping that my sudden misfortune will hopefully delay any kind of retribution from any oneers if he realizes that I am actually no longer a threat. And you might be thinking to yourself, wait, but you have all your infrastructure back at home in all the chests that you moved out of your old base. Well, yeah, I do have all that, and I could just reforge a lot of stuff, but I don't know. The thought of reforging all of that armor just makes me kind of ill to think about, because, so much infusing. But as for this sword, we still have Esmeralda, and there's something that I think I need to do. So, here we are. We have made it across the map with our sword, Esmeralda Navala, the emerald razor that we forged in order to become a badass samurai. But the thing is, I made a little decision about how we are going to progress from here. I'm going to take off my silly hat. There we go. Now you can see my dumb face. Hello, dumb face. How's it going? So we are currently at the top of the caldera of a volcano, and we have a witness here with us. Why don't you reveal yourself?
Woo!
Hello, Ryla? You Ryla?
Hello, I'm Ryla.
You definitely
totally
sound like Ryla. Except you're wearing... Wow.
Oops.
No, gosh, look at all the blood. Now all the zombies are gonna crawl up the volcano side, Frog. Thank
Sorry, I
you.
was just trying to turn back into me.
Well, that's exactly how I accidentally killed Ryla, with this sword, this very sword.
At least I wasn't holding this sword.
Yes, exactly. These swords are really, really dangerous. And, you know...
Perfect.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with me, is that all this extra power and stuff has kind of made me lose sight of all my samurai honor, and I've become overconfident, and it's led to my downfall. And it's also led to me becoming enemies with any oneers, and you becoming enemies with any oneers, although that was inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, as a great queen once said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, that was definitely a queen right there.
Yeah, that was
good
the Jedi
old
queen.
Queen Ben. All right. Well, I've brought you to the top of this volcano to act as a witness for my new samurai vows. See, now I I am promising to the server that I am no longer going to be a dishonorable samurai. I'm not just going to be a fool and a doofus. I'm not going to be overconfident. I'm not going to brag or boast about my abilities. I'm not going to abuse magic. And I'm not going to seek out fights. If people want to fight me, then sure, they can fight me, but otherwise I'm not going to generally seek it out other than in my own defense. I'm going to pursue knowledge and be awesome and just try to be more humble, because if there's any lesson that I should have learned from all this, it's that humility is fairly important. What do you think of that? Does that sound good?
That sounds pretty good. I believe it requires a sacrifice, though.
Yes, it does. It
To
does
be
require a
binding.
sacrifice. Not you, though.
Yes, not me.
See, all
I
of
may
my...
be the good witch.
Yeah.
But hell hath no fury like an angry witch.
Oh man, I've decided that there exists a symbol of all of my overconfidence and brashness and violence and dishonor, and that symbol is this sword, Esmeralda Navala.
What?
And I'm thinking, maybe the noblest kind of samurai that there is one that does not need a blade to solve their problems.
What?
How do I get rid of it?
What?
Well, apparently Esmeralda Navala is frickin' invincible, so it ruined my sacrifice. What the? It just bounced down the... I thought the flames of a Mount Doom would destroy it, but apparently even that's not enough. How the heck do I get rid of Esmeralda Navala? Throwing it into a trash can would be too unceremonious. And it's not going to despawn. I already learned that. Oh, dang it, Frog. You saw that I was willing to do that. Oh,
You must have known. You knew.
No, I didn't know. I knew that it didn't despawn, and that's the reason why that was the only item that didn't get destroyed. But
Really?
Esmeralda just will not die. Where is it?
I want to see where it went.
I do too. It's probably somewhere. All right, you know what? Maybe it being lost in this lava pit is good
it's right
enough.
there.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Here, we will make a giant sacrificial altar topped with a trash can for you. As long as I can get to it. I can get to that if you need me to.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We gotta make this official.
Yep. But my idea is that I will forge a new sword if and when the time comes that I am honorable enough to deserve it. That is my idea. But until then, I will not have a katana. Now, don't die trying to get that sword back, man.
Oh, I'm not gonna die getting the sword. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have absolutely no protections in place.
Oh, here
but-
comes any winners.
Oh, speak of. Where did it go?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go back.
Can you do
Okay.
this? Whew!
Yep,
Got it.
got it.
Now you can leap out with your purple or just leap out because you're a frog. That is so
Wow,
freaking
this is
graceful.
a nice sword.
Yep.
It's a really nice sword.
But I want it back so I can destroy it forever.
No.
Or you could steal it. I don't
I could
know.
steal it. Do I have your permission to steal
You
it? There
know,
go.
instead of sacrificing the sword, what I could do is I could give it to you for safekeeping, and then at such a time as I become less dishonorable, you could give it back.
So you're entrusting me with Esmeralda Navala until...
Yes, I
You
think of everyone on the server, you are the only person who could actually be trusted with that. Even though, like, one of the first things you did on the server was backstab Ryla.
No, that's not... No, see, this is the thing. A good witch is born from a falsified act of good. Anyoneers is fake presence to Ryla. A good witch is born from a falsified act of evil, which is my backstabbing.
I think you got that a little bit messed up. So an evil witch is born of a false good act, and a good witch is born of a false evil act. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because that entire Ryla thing, that was totally planned from the get-go.
Yeah, that definitely makes any sense at all.
Totally makes perfect sense. It makes tons of sense. It makes all the sense in the world.
Oh, do you even sense, Frog? Do you even science? Do you even witch?
No. Do I witch?
Oh man, well, thank you Thank you for taking away that sword from me. I'm gonna head back to my cold, glacial fortress of solitude and mull things over. Yeah, that's my plan.
All right.
Well,
I will take care of Esmeralda.
alrighty. Well, enjoy your hoppy ways, frog. And thank you for climbing to the top of a volcano with me.
Thank you for dragging me to that, just scaring me. I thought I was going to be a virgin sacrifice.
Oh, that's okay. I knew you wouldn't work for that. Okay, there we go. Adios, frog.
Adios, Connor.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. And maybe I will see you next time for whatever might come up next in this crazy server. Adios.